Live. We are. Might be in for a long night. Yeah. See if we get anybody in here, and then we will. Dude, do you ever not go live? Gosh, get a life, dude. Get a life. Get a life. Get a life. So I get to this customer, right? Straight through delivery. Got a good rate. Feels like it's a Sunday, right? That's how it feels around here. Didn't quite put my finger on it. I checked in 2.5 hours early, but hey, what else am I going to do, right? So, guy at the gate checks me in, checks my seal, he goes, well, guess what? We have an issue. Here's the thing. And you know when the guy at the gate checking you in tells you that there's something up, right? He goes, Columbus, Ohio has put out a curfew at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, something like that. Can't go out. Okay, but we're in Groveport. Doesn't matter. It's Columbus and all of its municipality, however you say that. Okay. Give me a door and I'll just spend the night here. No big deal. He's like, well, you know, there's 2 people that's supposed to be here and one of them hasn't missed a day except for his 1 day of heart attack. And nobody's here. We may not even have anybody unload your truck. And like I said, give me a door. You got a bathroom. I'm good. So he makes a big deal. Well, if you need food delivered, we can arrange something. You know, if you need to leave and come back and get your food, you know, whatever. Well, if you got a curfew that prevents people from going to work, then what makes it okay for me to go get food? I don't know. So I said, well, most curfews, you're still allowed to go to work. Well, I don't know, but nobody's here yet, so we'll see what's. So give me a door, give me a quiet corner off the beaten path, and I'll be out of your hair. No big deal. Got nowhere to go tomorrow. And I'm like, I've heard all kinds of excuses. But that's a good one. That's a good one. I'm not saying it's an excuse. I mean, anyways, let's do some shout outs. We got Daniel Adami, John Armstrong, Gary Low Viking Coach, Charles Brandt, Nothing Witty, Grafton, Jesse Bennett, Jonathan Wheeler, Pigtail, Bob G, what's up? Big Rich, 14th, Thomas Wilson, hey Steve, Truckers World, hello. Artie Truckin', I was first, I just forgot to say something. That's how it is with me too, Artie. Ratman Rodin, hola. It's getting bad out here now, they're targeting us now, says Charles Brandt. We'll get into that. Lady Trucker 81, Little Viking Coach already said, hey, TC Boggs, breaking the law, right? Pale Rider TV, Charles Brandt, I already said, man, I keep repeating myself. I keep the rifle by the seat. I don't have a rifle in the truck. But hey, you never know by the week's end, right? They were throwing bricks off bridges at cars and trucks. I have been watching every overpass that I come under. I've been watching every car that passes me. Boom, just like that, COVID-19 hysteria has magically disappeared. Nate Taz, you bring up a good point. Because as much as mass gatherings as we've had, you think that there's going to be a huge breakout in 2 weeks. 2 weeks, right? So what's the next narrative going to be? Think about that. Think about that. Truckers are likely exempt from a curfew, right? You would hope. But here's the thing. I talked to a friend of mine. I told him, because he was on I-80, and I said, look, man, they're shutting down I-80 on the Illinois-Indiana border for a protest. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it against the law to interrupt interstate commerce? Unless, because someone asked me, what good does it to have the protests on the interstate? I'll tell you why. 3 reasons, okay? Now, we're doing big picture and foil stuff here, okay? Number 1, it's an advantage to the protesters because now they're on the news, okay? It's an advantage to them. It's on the news now, okay? Number 2, it keeps them away from businesses. As long as they protect vehicles that are stopped on the interstate, you're good to go, right? Number 3, here's the big one, right? If you interrupt the interstate, you become a nuisance to the general public. The general public will get sick of your crap, which we already are, and therefore support for your cause gets less and less and less. So now you're up on the stage, people will call you a butthead, and you're pretty much out from any businesses, right? You can't be looting Target if you're on the interstate, right? Voila. There you go. We just magically told the whole world that you suck and you've become a nuisance. So when people can't make it to work, or people can't make it home from work, or people lose a loved one because the ambulance couldn't get through because you shut down the interstate, guess what? No one will care about you and your cause anymore. Therefore, public support goes out the window. And when it comes time for the heavy hands, boom, you're gone. No one cares about you anymore. Mr. Bill, love from New York. Downtown Columbus was completely shut down. We went past it a couple of days ago. They ain't messing around. Hey, you know what? I wouldn't mind spending the night here. It's kind of nice. Other than Mo over here, idling his truck at fast idle, even though it's a beautiful, perfect day. Trucker Nene, what's up? LM, you are essential. I am essential. I'm essential. I'm important. Willie, what's up? Dan the Man, Quick Williams, GNC Family Trucking, John Armstrong, Bruno, similar thing happened to me. Also, luckily I'm close to home. I binge watched Ozark when I was home, all 3 seasons. Pale Rider, what'd you think of that? How do you think of us Missouri hillbillies now, right? We're kind of dangerous, right? I keep my friend Mr. Clock with me, right? You got Mr. S and Mrs. Wills, Mr. W with you. Have they upheld these laws so far? They're making it easy for them. Yeah. Anthony Bressler, Logic Neo. Be careful tonight if you have to go through Allentown, PA, and Binghamton, New York tonight. Absolutely. No chance of that. I believe the tool that I have in my truck makes it illegal for me to go through New York, so we don't touch New York anymore. Saw a video of some Latin Kings in Chicago shooting at rioters coming into their neighborhood. Now, let's talk about that. So there was a tweet put out there. Now there's debate whether it was real or not, but now they're saying, hey, you know what? Instead of looting downtown, let's hit the suburbanites where it counts, at their homes. There's a reason why in the history of our nation, there's only one nation that had the gonads to attack us. And even then, it wasn't really the mainland. It was Japan, right? Japan has been quoted saying the reason why we don't attack the mainland infantry style is because you're not only going against the American military, you're going against every man, woman, and child. Yes, I said child that owns a gun. Whether they believe the cause or not, right? People will defend their homes to the death. They will. So, if any groups are out there wanting, and what Rich just pointed out is people. Look, here's the deal, man. I was talking to Les about this today. In order to kill a movement, you have to make it hated. Okay? Government's going to sit idly by and let this boil. Soon, the public's going to start taking things in their own hands. Okay? Now, the government knows which groups to go after. Face recognition software can handle mass now. That's a given. Thank you, Apple. And the public is so sick of it that their attitude is, you know what? Bring out the heavy hand. Take care of this. Think about that. So instead of a bunch of innocent protesters being shot at, now we got a bunch of thugs that need to be taken out. And people will have no problem with that because they're sick of it. They want to go back to work. They want to know that their business is going to survive. They want to be able to go to Target, because Target, Walmart, and Costco, they closed a lot of their stores because of this stuff. And there's a bigger picture, guys. There's a bigger picture. Random pallets of bricks just showing up in cities, right? There's a little bit of organization that is not being talked about, for sure. I believe that Truckers World. How about that sheriff in Florida, Jonathan Wheeler? Is that the guy? Is that the sheriff that said, "Hey, by the way, everybody needs a gun, and you need to use it"? He did. If that's the same guy, he did that for a reason. The citizens, business owners are starting to stand up and protect their business with arms when the government is failing. Right. Watched the video last night. This guy's protecting his car dealership, wearing bulletproof vests, rifles, whole nine yards, right? Saw a video of a Korean business owner shooting at looters in Georgia. Right. And that's going to happen more and more, especially in these states with a little bit loose gun laws. That video of that Korean couple, was it Oriental couple that was getting beaten by 2x4s? Yeah. It's a threat to your life. I thought I muted this phone. Sorry about that, guys. No, I did. It's coming from this phone. I had a family member that dated a guy who was with his partner at a construction site, and that partner threatened the homeowner with a 2x4. He ended up getting shot and killed, and the guy was not arrested for it. If you feel a deadly threat, you can protect yourself. And people are starting. Look, gun and ammo sales went through the roof during COVID world. You have a ton of people that have never trained with a gun, don't even really understand all the gun laws, that are armed now. Do you think it's a good idea to go against them? Just saying. $328 million USA population, a few riders ain't going to put a dent. Democrats are behind holding Wilson. Then your neighbors in your neighborhood, right? I seen a video in Illinois where some Middle Eastern guys was setting outside their liquor store with rifles. Yeah, so you're going to see more. Look, you guys remember Ferguson, St. Louis riots a couple of years ago, or a few years ago. That's what it came down to. People were standing outside of their businesses with rifles, you know, heavy guns, you know, a show of force, if you will. Okay? And in these states where open carry is, now correct me if I'm wrong, and I won't put out false information that I had heard on the CB radio, which, by the way, we're going to get into that for a second. That Tennessee passed an open carry deal. Is that correct? If that is true, if Tennessee just recently said, you know what, you can open carry now, that means Tennessee is like, you know what? Guess what? We want you to help take care of these things, right? Thomas Wilson, going to bed, you wuss. Maybe not a dead population loss, but they're sure screwing up an already fragile economy. Something else is coming down the line. Something else is coming down the line. In 2 weeks, we'll find out. Now, CB radios. Let's change gears a second here. I get through Indianapolis, and I hear on the CB, it's coming on all the time, that I-70 is shut down eastbound. Not inside the city, I know about that, but like past Springfield, okay? Sure enough, there's a DOT sign. I-70 eastbound, all lanes closed. Find an alternate route. So, thanks to the CB radio, they said instead of getting off at the 123 Spice Lane, get off at the 115 and take 109 down to 40, and you'll bypass it. You'll come back up on Indiana 1, you'll bypass all of it. And man, I had heard reports that it's still shut down right now, and I would have been late for this load, which would have been bad. Tennessee is trying to pass Constitution carry. Open carry has a very specific set of rules, how and where. Does that depend on the state, Ratman, or is that just in general? Nevada is open carry, and they carry out here a lot. You know, Missouri's open carry and constitutional carry, but I really don't see it a whole lot. Except for the last year. And I'm kind of wondering how gun and ammo sales are doing, because if people were freaking out and panic buying guns and ammo a month ago, I wonder what this is doing, right? Each state is different. North Carolina doesn't have any rules. Doesn't have many rules concerning carry. It is Nevada. But either way, I don't know if I'm going to get unloaded because of curfew, which I figure you could still go to work, right? So I don't know if the curfew means you can't go to work at all unless you're essential, which I think that unloading food from a truck is essential. I don't know. It could be wrong. But if not, I don't have a load anyways. So what's going to happen? Brokers have not been good to me today. And here's why. Every load I called on, either I couldn't get a hold of a person, their audio sucked because they're all working from home, they didn't have a load info, load was canceled as soon as I tried to book it, and when I tried to use some tactics that was taught to me by another broker, I thought I was getting somewhere until I got hung up on it. So, and then like even the clicking goes, here's a load, it's 980 miles, it picks up today at 6 a.m. and delivers tomorrow at 7 a.m. Yeah, that can't be done. And it wasn't COVID related load either. So, And there was a load. Check this out. You can go to Chicago, Columbus to Chicago for $0. Look at that. Good job, Uber. I sent that picture to a bunch of people. So, man, these rates have really crashed. You become a target if you open carry. Who are the bad guys going to take out first? I agree with you wholeheartedly, Ratman. If you're going to carry, in my opinion, it's just my opinion, sorry, I was looking at something on the phone. You don't want to know you're carrying, right? Because it makes you a target, right? Especially a schleppy like me that's not very well trained, right? Haven't had a chance to train. And I definitely believe that you don't want to be a target. RD says Arizona used to be open carry and you saw it all the time. Then they went concealed carry and then constitutional carry. So now you don't know who is armed. That's a good thing. GNC says, well, these protests and riots caused our governor to open up the state of Michigan. There's a bright side to everything, right? Jump on that load, right? Travis Scott, somebody will take it. Long guns don't require a permit. It can be open carried in Texas by any non-felon. Wow. And I swear, guys, we're all on edge because last night, I don't know if there was a noise or if I had a dream, but I got up, like I jerked up, was ready to go, thinking that someone had broken into my truck. And that's because I was like 15 miles south of Champaign, Illinois. And I tell you what, the scanner radio, police scanner Illinois was lit up. And not just Chicago either. It was all different points, all different cities. No, women should definitely be arming themselves. You will not believe how many women carry in Nevada. I met a 6-year-old lady packing a 380. There's some YouTube channels that like talk about that. There's some really cute little 380s for small, dainty hands. You ready for something, Bob, in a second? What police scanner app do I use? I'll show you. This one, Scanner Radio. There's a free version and a pro version. The pro is like a $2.99 one-time fee of $2.99, and as long as someone's broadcasting the police scanners, you can listen to any city you want. Now, Minneapolis has been quiet here lately because they've muted those police scanners. Red Monkey Truckin'. Hey, buddy. Hope you're doing well and safe. We're trying. That fuel hauler still in jail, no bail, and they already admitted he was already past the road closures. Yeah, there's something more to that story. Yeah, there's a police scanner app. I highly recommend people listen, you know, because here's the thing. It pops up on that scanner before it hits the news. Any active shooter situation, any natural disaster that happens, anytime that there's a big congregation about something, it lights up. Anonymous took over Chicago's police channels the other night. I didn't hear that. I was listening to Chicago last night on my on the app. $2.99. Daniel. And I like the alerts. Yep. Set the alerts for anything over 2,000 listeners. And it'll light up like a Christmas tree in post-COVID, pre-Civil War era. 86,000 calls to the police in Chicago last night. I bet they wish they had the Second Amendment. 4 police officers in St. Louis got shot last night. They're all right. They just got the limbs and stuff, but anyways, we're not all about doom and gloom. What else is going on? You can also get notified when there's a bunch of listeners on the channel. Yep. August 9th's canceled out here in Reno. I don't even know what that is. Is that like a music festival? Jalapeno cheese bread. I used to make that by hand when I worked at a cafeteria. We get the dough, put a ton of jalapenos and cheese on it. Boom, we're good to go. Car show, okay. But anyways, that's all I got to talk about, really. Curfew. You dropped the video of things to come. Is that what notification came over my deal there, Red Monkey? All I see is something about a drone. North Carolina, concealed carry is recognized in almost all states. Well, I thought about you today, Ratman, because I saw a green Lamborghini heading really fast into a traffic jam. They were going westbound on 70. Yeah, Trucker Nene did a video of her learning how to use a drone. I'm not that brave. Plus, where I live, it's hard to find an open field where I won't crash into stuff. I lock myself in the bunker. Come dig me out when this is all over. Okay, all right, Orion. That's the other thing I've noticed. Okay, so here's the other thing I was frustrated with today with brokers. If you want to go into a generally safe area, they aren't paying squat. They're taking advantage of this, okay? Which, you know, if you want to go in the hot zone, you can almost name your price. You want to take a load in Chicago, name your price, and you can probably get it. And I wondered about that because I hadn't been keeping tabs on what Columbus is like. Evidently, because of the curfews and everything else, I asked for a ridiculous rate on this other guy. I'm like, that was too easy. Here we go, right? But if I want to take a load to Texas or Oklahoma, which I usually get a really good rate for, there's still only one to pay $10.20. I'm like, no, it ain't gonna happen. I'm not going to take $1.10 to go into a dead area. Red Monkey's ultimate would be to fly his drone into a tornado. I could see that. Park and screw everything up. Oh well, not my problem. Anyways, you guys got any other things that you want to talk about? If not, we'll end this. We don't need to do every video for an hour. I'm sure my wife wants to talk to me at some point. You got nothing? It'd be interesting to see what the narrative on the pandemic will be here in about 2 weeks. Go get Jimmy Best and have him ride shotgun literally into Chicago. 9mm or 45? Well, alright, it depends on your needs. I think the close quarters of a truck, I think a 45 is a little bit overkill, especially if you miss. But I guess that's the point of a 45, is you don't have to be 100% accurate. But I carry a 9 myself, so I have never shot a 45. So there's that. I'll be driving through the Ozarks all day tomorrow. I'm waiting for my wife to call around. She usually calls in the middle of your videos. Bad idea. Need 2 hands for a shotgun, so I have to put down the whole Knob Creek. Ouch. Ouch. I talked to James Best today. He's actually working. I'm actually working. Or trying to, anyways. But Orion, the correct answer to your question would be both. How's that? You like that answer? 233 or 5.56. Now, I am not very experienced at all when it comes to long gun, but I was told that the 5.56 is better to get because you can fit, you know, it's just better, right? 45 makes a really big hole, fat and slow. Usually it jumps down sides. You ever stare down the barrel of a 45? No, I've never had that privilege to stare at a barrel of a gun, yeah, on the wrong direction. You guys remember the good old days when you could put your shotgun in your back of your window, your pickup, right? On the way home, shoot a deer, you're good to go. If that's all we got, we're going to end this live feed. Go to my Instagram, I'll let you in and you can experience it. I'll do that, RD. I'll do that. Truck rifle back, all the good old days. You know what's funny is Matt's last year, not this year because, you know, it was canceled, but last year, TA Petro had a mobile truck out there, and I was going to see if they wanted to put my right way in real quick, but they were leaving, right? And so as I approached the pickup truck driver, he had one of them, he had his gun mounted on the steering wheel, like in a holster that mounts underneath the steering wheel column. I thought that was interesting. So sad that I'm this happy to be able to sit down to a Denny steak. I got to hang out with my sister, what was it? Sunday afternoon. And we actually, she picked me up and we went to Cracker Barrel. It was the first sit-down restaurant experience I've had since COVID World started. So that was kind of nice. Yep, old school takeout. Guys, thanks for watching. Be safe out there. Let's warn each other. Let's help each other out. You know, let's let these looters and rioters know that attacking the trucks is a bad idea. Just like attacking homes, it's a bad idea. And the more word about that we can get out there, the better. If people want to be under the impression that all truck drivers are carrying and they're willing to run you over if you get in their way, maybe then they'll leave us alone. Maybe then the freight that's in our trailers is not important to them. Like the guy in St. Louis found out, right? So, guys, be safe. Situational awareness is more important than anything else right now. That's what I was going to say, Arlen, right there. That's what I was going to say, but I don't know anything about that, but that's what I was told, but I didn't want to talk out of my butt either. So, there you go. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Be safe out there. Be vigilant. Active self-awareness at all times. And we'll be over this in 2 weeks from now. There'll be something else. All right. See ya.